Hello, this is a prepaid call from an inmate at the Virginia Department of Corrections, Red Onion State Prison. To accept this call, press 0.
This is Randall Via. I'm currently serving 1,214 years for capital murder in Red Onion State Prison in the state of Virginia in the USA. This is my podcast, Red Onion Randy. I hope you enjoy listening to me today. This is Randall Via. I'm currently serving 1,214 years for capital murder and armed robbery in Keene Mountain Correctional Center in Oakwood, Virginia. This is my podcast, Red Onion Randy. I have a toll-free number if you would like to call, leave a message, encouragement, ask a question, whatever it may be. The number is 1-888-524-1932. That's in the United States. Anyone outside of the U.S., simply put a plus in front of the 1, and it's the exact same number. I hope to hear from you. Today, I'm going to talk about a situation. It's a tough situation for me to talk about because, one, it still pisses me off when I think about it. I'm just going to get to it. This might wind up being a part 1, part 2 type of episode, simply because I'm not sure if I can discuss everything that needs to be discussed within, a 20-minute time frame. So, as people who listen to my podcast on a regular basis is aware of, I'm in a relationship with a woman. And as a matter of fact, I'm engaged, and if the warden approves it, things work out, the paperwork-wise in time, I'm actually getting married to her September 10th of this year. My wife is an ex-porn star. Incredibly beautiful. Drop dead gorgeous. As one would pretty much expect from an ex-porn star. Sure, that doesn't surprise nobody who's ever seen any. So, we've been in a relationship for a couple of years. And, things are going well between us. It couldn't be better. I had a buddy that I met at Waller's Ridge, and he helped me a lot. He helped me. We talked together, we cooked together. His name is Chaos. I've mentioned him in previous episodes and so on and so forth. He's a good guy, and I still feel that he is a good guy, even though me and him are at loggerheads right now because of something he done. Well, before he got transferred in January of 2024, and I got transferred in February of 2024. No, was it February or March? March. Sorry, I came here March 6th. Before that happened, I had Nick introduce him to one of her friends from her past lifestyle named Carly. Some names in this episode has been changed to protect the innocent. Now, Nick showed Carly Chaos's picture, and Carly she liked his look. She liked his vibe and everything. I guess he's a good-looking dude. He's my height, maybe a tick taller than I am. And he's a stocky bastard. Like, he's big. I mean, he's got some muscle on him. He's tatted out and all that stuff. He lives that outlaw lifestyle, and probably will to the day he dies. I don't really see him changing too much, to be honest. But that's neither here nor there. So we hooked them up, because that was my walking buddy at Wallens Ridge. We was cooking together. I helped him out a lot. He helped me get through. We talked a lot. So, I didn't want a new friend. And when I first seen him, when he first walked into the pod, I took one look at him and yeah, that's not going to happen. Me and this dude ain't going to be talking or hanging out. And for a couple of months we did, because he's an Aryan Brotherhood. But he's an Aryan Brotherhood from the state of Maryland, which is a different environment than the ABs here in Virginia. I don't have very much respect at all for the ABs in Virginia. One, they're not official. Two, they're a bunch of punks. And I'll stand on that. Because, quite frankly, there's a bunch of ABs in this pod right now, and they hear what I'm saying. And if they don't like it, go. But Chaos is a different breed. I'll give Chaos that. And I told Chaos what I just said. I mean, when me and him first talked, I didn't hold back when he told me, yeah, I'm an AB. I'm like, bro, man, look, ain't no disrespect, man, but y'all a bunch of punks, man. I don't hang out with y'all. And he was like, nah. He said, look, man, being in Virginia, I get why you would say that. He said, but nah, man, let me talk and explain myself. And we did. We had that conversation, and he showed me pictures. He showed me paperwork. He showed me, like the things I seen showed me in his legal work. And I'm not talking about stuff he wrote. I'm talking about actual legal documents from the state of Maryland. Like, this dude was the real deal, So I wound up getting respect for him, and, we wound up slowly but surely started talking and cooking and hanging out. Anyway, he gets sent here to Keene Mountain, and then, like, a month and a half later, I get sent down here to Keene Mountain. Now, him and Carly are kind of, both of them are a little bit drama queens, to be honest with you. They both kind of like that drama, and they had a somewhat little rocky back and forth, blah, 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 but it was working for them. It wasn't really working for Nick because, Carly was constantly texting or calling Nick and, blah, 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 this and that. And, then Nick would be asking me questions, and that drug me into their damn drama. And it just didn't work for me or Nick. So we tried to step back a little bit from their relationship. So this is the situation in a nutshell. I didn't know this information at the time. This comes with hindsight now. But at the time, I go to the shower at night, take my shower, and I come out, and I'm getting ready to go back in the cell. I checked the kiosk one more time before I go back in because nobody was sitting on it. I'm like, why not? So when I go there, I've got a couple of emails from my fiance saying, call me. Somebody, got my phone number and called me and, told me that you said that he could call because he's getting ready to go home and, I can't meet her needs and he can and blah, 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 all this. What the is going on here? Like, so I'm instantly, I get mad. There's no question about that. So I call someone named Cupcake, who's a good friend of mine. She is in contact with Chaos, because let's face it, that's how, we stay in touch with people that, we're cool with in prison. We have that little call center, so to speak. And, Cupcake, she does perform those services for some of us, helping us, to keep in touch and just, pass information along and so on and so forth. Now, I call Cupcake and I'm like, hey, look, this is the situation. When's the next time you're going to talk to Chaos? And she's like, well, he's supposed to call me tomorrow morning. And I said, look, some dude just called my wife, and this is what he said to her. Now, I know for a fact this dude did not get that phone number from me. I guard my phone numbers with my life. My phone numbers are only written down in a couple of places. And the place in my cell, I won't even tell where it's at on the podcast. I keep that secret. Nobody knows where in my cell I have my phone numbers hidden. Because of this very situation, I don't want somebody somehow managing to get access to my friends and family's personal contact information because you got some snake-ass motherfuckers in here that does that bitch. So I have that information hidden, and I have a little piece of paper that I keep on my person at all times. So when I do come out here, some phone numbers are easy for me to remember, and some phone numbers are not that easy for me to remember. I don't know why that is. It's just the way it is. So I have them written down, but I keep them in my pocket at all times. They never ever leave my person. I literally guard this stuff with my life. So there's only one other person who has my wife's phone number, and this is the thing. I didn't even give my wife's phone number to Chaos. I never would have gave my wife's phone number to Chaos for any reason. Yes, I had her sign up on his kiosk so we could, shoot an email to one another every now and then. Hey, brother, how you doing? And I'm good, man. Or, hey, yeah, they just packed me up. I'm on the way. Or, stuff like that. But I'm not going to let anybody talk to my wife, especially here in prison. Like, I'm just not going to do that. I know the shady ass dudes that are in here, and I'm not saying Chaos is shady and he would have done that. Quite frankly, he wouldn't have. I genuinely, even to this day, don't believe he would have tried to, pull some game with Nick or whatever. Though from what I do understand, he did try it with Cupcake. And me and him will have to have a conversation about that also if we run into each other again. Now, Chaos and Carly wanted to talk to each other, but Carly was having trouble figuring out how to get a local Virginia phone number through Skype. Evidently, it's a little bit complicated. She just couldn't quite figure it out. So Carly and Chaos asked Nick, hey, look, can we just piggyback off of your phone number until we can get this sorted out? And Nick, being the nice person, the sweet person that she is, she said yes. But she didn't ask me. She didn't run it by me first. If she would have, I would have told her no, and then I would have just simply said, look, have Carly contact Michael too, who's my tech guy. He's really good with technology. He knows how to do that stuff. And anytime I try to get somebody to set up a video visit or any type of tech question or whatnot, I just say, look, just contact Mike. He'll help you. Here's his email address. And he does. Like, he's really, really been great about, helping me out with stuff like that and, taking up his time, basically. He never begrudges me that. And thanks. So he's got my wife's phone number. I don't know about this. When I find out, I actually get a little upset at Nick, and I tell her that. She should not have done that. But it is what it is. It's too late now. Now, What I don't know at this time is this. The kiosk in B4, which was the pod Chaos was in, was broken. So they had to send their tablets to the guys in B3. It was supposed to be the COs doing it. The COs were actually supposed to go over, they would write their state number down and their password to their tablet down, and the COs were supposed to go over there and get on the kiosk and sync it, get the emails and pictures and whatnot, and then, take them back over to when they're done. Well, the COs weren't going to do that, so they gave it to the inmates in B3 to do it. And I'm not going to say the dude's name simply because I'm just not going to say this cat's name, because it can put me in a situation where I might have to go to war, and not just against him, but against the entire Blood Nation. There was a certain Blood. I'm just going to call him Pickles. Now, Pickles, when he gets Chaos's tablet, he goes through and he looks through the photos on the gallery. He sees pictures of Carly. Carly's white, blue eyes, blonde hair, and curvaceous. She's an ex-porn star. She is still in that lifestyle, even though she no longer shoots anymore. Very beautiful woman. I don't know why Carly had sent pictures of Nick to Chaos. I don't know. Look, I don't think she sent like single photos. I think it was just, photos of them two together back in the day, like, when they hang out, they go to lunch or something like that. And my wife is, my wife is black, actually. Gorgeous. So this guy, Pickles, he sees both of them. He's like, damn. So he goes and he goes into the emails and he finds the attachments to the emails where the pictures are attached to, and he finds out their names and he reads all these emails. And then he comes across Nick's phone number. So he writes it down, he calls her. And I had just got off the phone with Nick a little bit before that. And I told her, hey, look, I got to go to dinner.
You have 1 minute remaining.
I have to go to dinner. I'm going to call you when I come back. So it was about maybe 15 minutes later. I hadn't got back from dinner yet, but when this guy calls. So Nick is sitting there washing dishes, and the phone rings, and she grabs it, and she just winds up accepting the call. Just the Skype, it can be a pain in the ass sometimes. So she just thought it was me, and then when she picks up the phone, it's this dude trying to pull her. Look, I'm going to run out of time. I'm going to finish this up in part 2. Don't forget to check out my website, redonionrandy.com. I'm also on Twitter at redonionrandy. And I have a toll-free phone number, 1-888-524-1932 in the U.S. and put a plus in front of it for all international calls.
Thank you for using GTL.